Welcome to the show, everybody. My name's Steve Schaefer.
And I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Fuck yeah. This week, what you got to look forward to, we're going to get into, we're celebrating Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
Yes, so we have our top list of female actresses and artists. That'll be interesting. We are going to sample some gold leaf cigars. We've got some booze to try, and we're going to get into some sexy rabbits and a deep fried foot.
Like those two things together already, it's like, what?
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's going to be silly. So yeah, let's get it started. How's your week?
It's good. It's good. When you just said sexy rabbits, then I remembered that we've already prefaced as your furry thing before. So
Maybe
it's
I'm
not that
really-
weird, but
Maybe I'm really
furry.
into furries. I don't know.
Good week overall. Just busy week. So still a lot going on with work. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But yeah, because we're not getting paid for this podcast, so we
Yes.
still have to have jobs.
We still have our 9 to 5s, 5 to 9s, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever they are. But no, just a good week overall. Nothing crazy yet. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. But how was your week?
Oh, it was all right. We got the boys signed up for soccer, so had to go buy them a soccer ball and shin guards and stuff. So they've been having fun kicking around soccer balls and shit. And then I realized that I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
Like, just going out in the yard and kicking around the ball with them and stuff. It was taxing. Like, so
Yeah.
I need to start working out again, I guess. Like maybe
we got those winter bods on right now. You
Yeah.
know, and then it's the spring's going to hit and be
nice.
like, crap, I should have been doing something. So
first day out on the boat, I'll be like, I don't want to take my shirt off. Go back to whenever I was a fat kid, whenever I was younger, and I'd always swim with a t-shirt on because I was ashamed of my body. But yeah, so I got them signed up for soccer. That's all fun. Work kind of screwed around my schedule this week, so it doesn't feel like I had my third day off
sure.
because they moved me from night shift to days because I had training in Cleveland, which was fucking worthless. But I got trained on
You got to do it. You got to get that certificate.
Yep.
You got to get that certificate.
Yeah. If anybody's going to give me money to give me a piece of paper that says I know how to do something, I'm doing it, you know.
Right.
I still got that forklift certification, baby.
Child's play, you know.
Right. But yeah, so that was my week. It was fun. Let's get into some listener feedback. We got a lot of good hits on the last episode. I feel like it went well. We've got a lot of people interacting now, which is awesome. Thank you guys.
Yes, please keep it up.
Keep
the more the
feedback
merrier.
coming.
I don't care. Just go hi on there, and
Yeah.
we'll reply back. Hey,
Right.
what's up, man?
Right.
How you doing?
Yeah, and that's even I like whenever we post it and I see feedback from people like, I'm listening right now. Let's go. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool to see. It's awesome to know that people actually do enjoy listening to us.
Right.
You know, it's a kind of a validation for what we're doing. We kind of started it off just for fun, but now it's like, all right,
Getting into
let's
it.
do it.
Getting into it.
We've got fans.
Trying to get the flow down.
Still don't understand why we don't have like 1 million fans because we're so fucking cool.
They're coming. They're hiding. They're lurking in the shadows right now.
They're out there. They just don't know it yet.
Right.
But yeah, so we got some feedback. We were asking about like what to do for top fives. We wanted to pull from listener feedback this week, but we decided to be a good idea because it's Women's History Month. What was like National Women's Day Monday or so, you know, sometime this week. And so we decided let's shout out to the women. Let's do our top female artists, and I think we're gonna do 3 and 3. Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah, so it's not going to be a top 5. It'll be top 6. So we're going to do 3 female actresses that we really like and 3 female artists that we really like. So of our time, we'll preface that of our time.
Yeah.
Because it's there's so many. You could go
Right.
back, way back. So we just decided of our time and
The
our
ones that we
experience.
grew up
Yeah,
with,
exactly. So
or currently see and view and listen and all that fun
Right.
stuff. But yeah, so later, some of these other episodes we'll probably get into our bucket list because that was a good one that a lot of people quoted on. A lot of people talked about, like, because we've had some interesting cars.
yeah, we have.
I think I've probably had 30 cars in my entire life. So we can go on about some of our cool cars. And somebody wanted us to do conspiracies, which would throw this kind of podcast into a whole nother level. But I will say, I don't know how big you are into conspiracies, but I fucking love them.
I don't go too far down the rabbit hole, but
Yeah.
there's a couple. I mean, obviously some things are real and some things are not, but it's just how far you want to go down.
Right.
To me, that's what it is. So
And even
it's tough, but
and it's even like one of those things too. Like if I hear a conspiracy, I'm like, that's fucking hooey. There's no way that's true. It's still fun to listen to. It's like, how crazy are you? Okay, you believe that? That's awesome. Like, let's hear it. Give me all the info.
Yeah.
Give
How
me all
far
the
does this
info.
go?
Yeah.
Hey, you never know what's true and what's not. So,
Right.
I mean,
It could all be true.
it could be.
Just like, did you know that the moon's hollow? What?
It's made of cheese. What are you talking about?
Nope, it's hollow. Hollow as fuck. Yeah, and then we had Frank Hudson, top fan. He's one of our current constant listeners.
Yep.
He wanted to hear the Mike Gehring falling into the cellar story
Okay.
because he wanted to hear some oil field stories, and that's a great one that kind of rings true in the front of our minds. So me and Frank show up on site, right? It had just rained a lot the night before, and so without mansplaining too much about, you have a cellar. It's like a 6-foot diameter circle, and it's usually anywhere from 12 to 6 feet deep. And then that's the actual well itself is in the center of that.
Right.
And it rained so much, the cellars were full. And usually you can still see like the outline of the cellar, but it rained so much that it was on location, like on the flat ground. So it just looked like a giant, like a flat sheet of ice or glass,
Yeah.
You couldn't see where the ground stopped and the cellar started. And so we show up and we look. Normally they have grates there for us, footing for us to stand on, but there wasn't. And I even like kind of dipped my toe down in there and like, yeah, there's nothing for us to stand on here. So I'm like, Frank, watch out. There's nothing to stand on. So we start working and we're doing some bolts and stuff. And I was like,
No.
we knew we had Jake coming out and we have Mike coming out. And I was like, you know what, Frank, how long do you think it's going to take before Mike falls in the cellar? And he was even like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is, we could fall in it because you can't see what's going on. It's just all water. I'm like, I bet you if anybody's falling in, it's Mike. He's like, okay, we'll see. So we even moved to the next well, and sure enough, Mike shows up, and it was cold out. It was like 35 degrees. So the water wasn't frozen, but it was cold enough that you had to like put on all the extra layers and stuff. So Mike's over there in his truck. And I was even thinking to myself, like, we should warn him. Anybody that comes on, we should warn them, like, hey, there's no grates there. Don't fucking step there, right?
Right. You wrote it on your JSA, right?
Yeah, it was on the JSA. Watch your footing, watch your slips, trips, falls, all that good shit. And so he's gearing up, putting his stuff on. And I didn't even get a chance to say anything to him because, like, as soon as he got his stuff on, he had a pack of gloves because the Sweeco days, they didn't even buy us fucking gloves. We had to get our own gloves and rags and shit. So he had his big pack of gloves. He's like, hey, does anybody need some glove? And then he fell straight in. Like, that was his last word, was glove. And he went even over his head, like, because he splashed down in. And he's like, we're like, oh, shit.
He's not expecting that. He's thinking there's great there. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, 100%.
So now it's 35 degrees. He's soaking wet. And Frankie was like, how the fuck did you call that? I'm like, I don't know. I just figured it was going to happen. He's like, well, it's a good thing you didn't say, like, how long do you think it's going to take till Mike falls in the cellar and dies? Because then he would have died. I'm like, yeah, it's probably. And then we felt so bad. We only had like 2 stacks to put up. So it was kind of a lighter day. And we're like, you know what, Mike, just go back. Because we had an apartment that was like 45 minutes away that the company rented out for us. I'm like, dude, go change. Go take a hot shower. Go, and just, you don't even have to come back out. By the time you get done, we'll be done anyway. Like, just don't worry about it. I'm actually surprised he didn't get hurt because there's weird little valves sticking out.
There's so many parts and stuff sticking out on those.
All kinds of jagged edges and stuff that he could have bounced off of. Luckily, it was just a swim and not like smack your head, get knocked out, or get a big gash. Get a big gash down your leg. But
yeah, I used to. So when I was a surveyor, I staked out those.
Yeah,
and then they would dig them, and then when the valves, after the valve stacks were put on, that you're talking about, that are all jaggedy and edgy, Then we'd have to go down in the cellar and locate the bottom of the cellar.
Yeah.
So I've been in the bottom of the cellar. It's way above your head.
Yeah.
So he just blew straight down. That would not be fun at all. That'd be terrifying, actually. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah. It was very awesome for him. So yeah, sorry, Mike, that I called your future and it was a shitty one. Maybe
he didn't warn you.
Maybe I'm a psychic. I don't know, but yeah. Hey, he didn't die. He's still alive.
Yeah.
He almost died later. He got a terrible car crash later.
Yeah.
But he's still fine.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah. Mike, if you're listening, reach out to me. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Okay. So we move on to some samples here.
Yeah, let's sample some stuff. This week, let's get into these cigars.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Your buddy.
We have a great listener, Eric Miner. We talked about him on the last episode. He ended up stopping by later that night. Let's see. Show it on camera. I'll probably even slap a picture up.
24 karat gold leaf wrapped cigar.
Okay, so yeah.
So we had
to pause there for a minute to get him lit. Probably didn't make for good audio or visual. So
yeah, but we didn't want to sit there with us not talking and lighting cigars up. But my first reaction, very good, very
That's
mild.
Good. Yep.
Very nice. We'll see how it keeps burning as the gold goes down here.
Yeah, it's already kind of curling up cool.
There's nothing like smoking 24 karat gold into you know?
Because we balling. No, apparently Eric's balling. I can't even take credit for buying these. Eric's balling enough that he got us gold cigars.
So,
yeah, pretty good.
There we go. Yeah, it's nice, mild.
We're gonna see how it looks on. This is kind of a trial run thing for us too. If you guys see this and God, the smoke everywhere was stupid. But looking at the video right now, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll check it out. We're not aficionados by any means.
Right.
I like a good cigar quite a bit on the boat, and
it's good to relax with too. I haven't I haven't been smoking cigars as much as I used to, but even this week Tuesday was real nice out. So I went out and did some yard work, and Sarah was pulling weeds and stuff, and so we burned a bunch of sticks that were down on the grass, and I sat back in a little chair out there, got the fire going, puffed a cigar, drank a little whiskey.
It's one of those things I always said, you got to take time, right? So
yeah.
You got a good hour to smoke a cigar, right? So you really are just sitting there, you're relaxing, you're unwinding, you're having a good cigar.
Right.
That's what it's all about. And we know a lot of guys that like smoke cigars, and we know some women that like to smoke cigars too. I mean, there's a lot of women out there that love a good cigar. Yep. And it's just one of those things
My mom's one of them.
Yeah, your mom's one of them. It's just one of those things where you just kind of unwind and you relax and you smoke a cigar.
And that's I even say too that smoking cigars actually helps your health. You wouldn't think that it would, but even with these, you do inhale a lot less, so it's not so much of a toll on your lungs. But just the fact that you're taking an hour to sit down and relax,
right.
It's a stress reliever, because stress kills more than probably cigar smoke.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I thank you very much, and Eric, and we appreciate it, and
yep.
We're gonna enjoy it here for the rest of the show, and probably after the show, because it's gonna probably hopefully burn for that long. So
right. And then what else? We got some beer to try.
Yes, we have Conway's Irish Ale from Great Lakes Brewery up in Cleveland.
Nice. They've always got good stuff.
Most of our listeners know Conway or Great Lakes, sorry, and they make good beer. I mean, you talk about their Christmas ale. Holy moly!
Christmas ale's always a hit.
I mean, just on point all the time. They like to say they're employee owned. It's one of their big features.
Yeah.
They have their Burning River, which kind of jabs at Cleveland when the river caught on fire. But no, just a great brewing company. I did a whole beer tasting thing there one time. I toured the building, saw the facility.
Yeah.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger. I think they're everywhere right now.
That's awesome.
But you just took a swig. What do you think?
It's good. It's not super heavy, not super flavorful, which I'm good in. I love light beers, so. But it's still 6.3%, so.
It's an Irish ale, so it's a little, got a little malty flavor to it. A little
it's good
creamy.
and smooth.
Yeah. Decent beer. I'd recommend it.
Yep, I'd recommend it too.
6-pack.
Well, and
I wouldn't drink a case of it.
it's March. We got St. Pat's coming up here soon, so
Irish ale.
This St. Pat's, grab yourself a Conway's Irish Ale by Great Lakes Brewing Co.
There
it's
you
pretty
go.
good.
Not bad at all. And they have not sponsored us yet, but we're coming for them.
Right. and it's a different change because everybody's always like, oh, Guinness or what's
right.
the red
Killian's.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a different change from that. And it's local, so.
Yeah, I mean, we're sporting Ohio. Local beers. We've had Millersburg a couple times, so we figured we'd branch out, do a little Great Lakes. Probably gonna have Millersburg more because we got a little hook up there.
But we know them.
and their beer is also fantastic.
We need to get a Lockport in here one day too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're local. They're local as fuck. And everybody loves Lockport Brewery.
Yep.
So shout out to them. We'll get some beers in here and we'll try them for you.
There's a few other ones we can try too that, some in Tuscarawas County. So
what's that Hoodlestown there in Dover? I've never even tried them.
Yeah. There's five
Barrel Bullet Brewing.
Yep.
They're literally right down the road from us. So yeah.
Hopefully we can try some of those too and let you guys know how I think. But definitely, I'd recommend Conway's Irish Ale.
I would too. I like it. I like it a lot. And I would recommend this cigar. This is really good.
Yeah.
Even as it keeps going down, it's still nice and smooth. And it's got the lighter wrapper, so it's not heavy like the Maduros.
It's fun to see the gold kind of burning around the end of the ash.
And it doesn't actually really burn even whenever I ashed it here. We can still harvest the gold.
Oh, get our money back.
Look at that. We're rich now. We got
money back.
We got gold in our ashtrays. You get a little pan down here and start panning for gold.
I'm sure it's the thing is Goldschlager. Like there's like 0.08 cents or like 18 cents worth of gold in a Goldschlager if you like take all the actual gold flake out of it.
Right.
Like it's like nothing. But
I guess if you drank Goldschlager all the time and just filter it out every time, and then eventually you get a lot. Like if Jack Daniels had gold in it.
But you still paid for it, so you're still broke.
But if Jack Daniels had gold in it and I could filter it out, I'd have a lot of fucking money for the amount of Jack we go through in this house.
True story.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you drink Goldschlager like I drink Jack, you should start straining it out and stop drinking it. Invest in yourself. Save your gold.
So you want to get into the weird stories of the week?
Yes. My weird thing that, and it's not necessarily a weird thing that happened to me. I spend a lot of time in the internet.
Right.
I do. I have an app. Well, I don't know if anybody gets into iFunny. iFunny is an app, and all it is just meme after meme after meme. 9gags is another one of those sites, and it's kind of funny too because like iFunny is more of like they're on, and not to get like we don't want to get political, but it's so funny that like iFunny is more on this side of the aisle, and then 9gags more on this side of the aisle.
Sure.
So I get to dabble in a lot of like what people think's funny and your political beliefs and whatnot.
Right.
But one thing that I saw that was a big constant was they're redoing Space Jam.
Yeah.
And
LeBron James.
Oh, is LeBron? Because I didn't even look into like what it's about. I just know that the internet's in a fury about the fact that they desexualized Lola Bunny.
Oh God. Of course.
I'll throw pictures up for reference so you can see what I'm talking about. But they literally
show me.
Yeah. Here, hold on. But
what is I mean, I get it, but everybody's got to argue about everything, right? Nowadays. It is what it is, and if it's probably minor adjustments to what she used to be, but
I mean, I get it.
Oh yeah,
I get why
I can see it right there. Yeah.
I kind of get why they changed it, because, I mean, even as a child, you shouldn't be turned on by a cartoon bunny.
This goes back to Steve's Fury. I was already talking about that. Okay, so
But if you look at the first one, she's got short shorts on, like little Daisy Dukes. Yeah. She's got the crop top going on, and then the new one, she's wearing baggier clothes, and she's a little more slim figured. She's not as curvy,
right?
But yeah, why? I don't understand why people are pissed off about this. You shouldn't be turned on by a cartoon.
Well, yeah, people are just going to be mad about something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the internet nowadays, right? Let's just be mad.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but everybody's just got to be mad about something. I mean...
Well, because everybody has a platform now, and that's the problem, is that, back in the day, people probably could have been like, why is Lola Bunny so pretty?
No.
But they didn't have a platform. They couldn't put it out for the whole world to see.
And we're repping Women's History Month this podcast, so to us, like whatever. You can do whatever you want because to me, either one's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not really, I mean, I get why they changed it. She's got a crop top on. She's got short shorts on. Maybe that's not okay for little kids to watch.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, too, because WNBA wasn't a thing back then either.
Right.
You know, so they put a rabbit in a scantily clad outfit. But now women play basketball and it's on TV and shit. And that's what they wear. They wear basketball jerseys and shorts. So she's literally looks like she's on a basketball team now instead of trying to make kids horny.
Yeah. I would have I would have took the WNBA, what they wear. And I'd say even her top isn't matching for that. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you get people doing fan art, and so then all of a sudden she's got bigger boobs and stuff. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The internet's a wonderful but terrifying place.
Yeah. You can learn how to do anything, but then you can also just lose your mind on there.
Right.
Because it's just what people like
and get horny over cartoons.
Apparently. I don't get it, but that's fine.
Neither.
That's fine.
Yeah, so that's about the weirdest thing that I've noticed this week is the desexualization of Lola Bunny. I'm with it. I support it. Cool. Like, I bet you it's going to be a great cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how LeBron James does acting. I think he was in one other movie. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Amy Schumer. I forget what it's called.
It was a comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how he does acting with it. You know, Michael Jordan did it in the past, and it was Space Jam was an awesome movie.
Yeah,
you know, where he's basically playing basketball against cartoons, and for that day and age,
I forget was it like Save the World or something.
Yeah, he had to beat these aliens to save the world, and he got a team of the Looney Tunes put together. Basically, we're like, oh, we're gonna say, you know, these aliens are coming, and he had to save the world and beat them at basketball, and then they basically took steroids. The other team did, and came out huge.
They got performance enhancing drugs, and they still couldn't take on Michael.
Still couldn't take on Michael Jordan. You know, one of the goats. So.
Yeah, I wonder if this is why LeBron's doing it because. You know, everybody's got that conversation. Who's the greatest of all time? Right. LeBron or Michael Jordan?
Well, I have this conversation with friends. You know, who's the greatest of all time? Is it Michael, LeBron? I mean, you go back in the past to other amazing basketball players, and it's of their era. They are their goats. Yeah. It's hard to compare them, but it's super hard.
But I wonder if that's like LeBron's thinking, like, you know what? I'm planning on getting as many rings. Planning on getting all the stats. And then he'll still be like, well, I did Space Jam.
Yeah, I did Space Jam too.
LeBron's like, well, fuck you. I did Space Jam as well, motherfucker.
Well, the thing is you always got to look at is when LeBron was growing up, Michael was his icon. You know, Michael was he wanted to be Michael Jordan. Right. He wanted to be Michael Jordan. So for him to even be in the same conversation, and he said that, I'm pretty sure he said this before, like me even being in the same conversation is awesome. And it's like, you got to take that. Like, that's like, if I'm even in the same conversation as like Michael Jordan.
Or like, who's your heroes, you know, and like, and now they're comparing me to my fucking hero. Like, that's awesome, you know?
So now, and I know LeBron is, you know, seems like a fantastic human being for the most part. Like, he opens all kinds of, he has a school. He has like, programs. He gives so much money away to everything.
Gives a lot back to his community.
And I know Jordan did the same thing too. And it's just like, you know what? You can pick whatever you want to say or do whatever you want to do and say this guy's better than this guy, but you don't know because they are way separated. It's different ages, it's a different era.
And in the end, they're both really decent people. Like, that's one big thing. I don't know if Michael ever had a scandal about being with other women and shit, but like that's huge in basketball. Like, oh, they're ballers, they got money, they travel, so they're banging all these women and stuff. But you've never heard any, like, LeBron doesn't really have dirt on him. You know, there hasn't been a scandal. I don't think Michael has either. But then again, whenever I was a kid, I didn't pay attention to shit like that. So,
no, I mean,
but I don't think he's had a scandal. So
it is what it is. But you know, I think he's still a good dude. I mean, he came to Cleveland and got us a championship. So you know, that's all I care about. End of the day, good job, LeBron.
Yeah, we hated him when he left, but we loved him when he came back. So.
Yeah, he's still a good dude. So
I think. Yeah, that's the weird thing for me.
All right, let me get into deep fried foot.
The old deep fried foot.
So this is a Lighthouse Bistro story.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I walked back in the kitchen, and Steve is cleaning the hoods. I was the front of house manager. He was the chef at the time. So he's back there. Oh,
That was before we were managing.
oh yeah, that's before we were managing. I was just a server.
Because that's whenever I first started dating Sarah, and I don't think... Because I wasn't a manager, so I should have been allowed to date employees, but like we weren't public yet.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, now I think about it, yeah, definitely went back in the day. So I was either bartender or server. I don't know which one it was.
Right.
But I walked back, and Steve's cleaning the hoods, and the hood system is the big system that draws all the air, smoke, and all that stuff out. He's up there, like, wiping it down.
Yeah, a lot of grease gets caught up there through the smoke and stuff.
Well, you know, this smart guy here decided he would stand on 1 foot on the flat top, 1 foot on the deep fryer.
Flat top was off.
Yeah, the deep.
And there was a sheet tray over top of the deep fryer because, you know, we didn't want to get a lot of the dirt down in there.
Yeah. So I'm sitting, I'm literally walked in as this happened. The sheet pan slips out. Mm-hmm. Your foot goes straight into the deep fryer.
And the deep fryer was off because it was the end of the night, but it was still hot.
Oh, yeah. It still had to be 250, 300 degrees. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I forget what temp we rocked him at. Probably
was it hot enough? It was hot enough to burn me.
Yeah. He jumps out of the deep fryer, jumps down, rips his shoe off, rips his sock off.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you had a hole in that sock.
Yep.
I remember that because that was the only place you got a blister.
Yeah, right beside like that ankle bone that pops out, like on your, you know, that ankle bone that pops out. It was right beside it, and it was the only spot that really got badly burnt because there was a hole in my fucking sock. So I'm freaking out. The thing blisters up huge, and then I had to rub some cream on it.
Yeah, it was like a huge, like, white blister.
It
like
was there for like a
third
month.
degree burn.
I still got a scar.
You had to wear like, you couldn't wear shoes.
Yeah, I had to wear like low tops.
Yeah, you had to wear like the low tops or Crocs or something.
I think I might have had Birkenstocks.
Yeah, like you're like, I can't wear a shoe, and they're like,
the
Birkenstock,
Birkenstock
fine. So you like kind of like taped it up and like left it out, but
and then it was weird too because when a blister popped and then it and all that skin came away, the scab there just looked like a big piece of pepperoni on the side of my ankle.
But yeah, another crazy story from the Lighthouse. Steve just shoving his foot in a deep fryer.
And even Sarah, because Sarah, we were like starting the date then, and like I said, it wasn't public because she's like, she was around and saw it happen and saw me suffering. She's like, I wanted to come up and like, oh my God, are you okay? But she's like, I couldn't show concern because we're not supposed to be dating, and like, why is she so worried about you and stuff? So
it's all right, I has back, Sarah. Don't worry.
I had my Cody to help me out.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, I deep fried my foot.
Yeah.
Then we changed the oil out.
Yeah. I'm sure we've seen in a few like horror movies and like stuff where people like, you know, get hot oil thrown on their face and their face like half melts off. Well, you just need a small protecting of cloth.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a mask, you just gotta rip it off real quick.
And then here's a tip too, because ever since then, since it was only the spot where I had a hole in my sock that burnt. Yeah. Ever since then, as soon as I get a hole in my sock, I throw them away.
Well, that's always a good idea.
Right. Well, but
hole in your socks, hole in your underwear, toss them.
Yeah. But unless my toes poking out of my socks, I never really threw them away. Like, because it was just.
You forget about ankle. You put it on your feet and you're like, I'm too lazy now to change.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take this off and change it again.
Yeah, it didn't cause a problem.
Yeah.
There was no uncomfort in my foot, so why would I throw that sock away? It's still fine, you know.
Yeah, Steph always does me. She's like, you got a hole in your underwear. I threw it away. I'm like, all right, good, because I would have kept putting it on. And they're like, hey, I already got them on. I'm not gonna
until all of a sudden it's uncomfortable, you're just gonna keep it.
Right, exactly.
And it's weird, like getting older too. Like I always noticed my dad always had the same pair of tennis shoes, and they were all ratty, and like there was a hole in the toe. They were Reeboks, high tops. And I was like, Dad, why don't you buy new shoes? And he's like, these are just comfortable. Like they're broken, you know. Now that I'm getting older as a man, I understand that.
Right, exactly.
They're comfortable. They're broken. Yeah, there's a hole in it, but they're not uncomfortable yet. So why should I throw them away?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the weird. We got a desexualized rabbit and we have a deep fried foot for you.
Yeah.
Let's get into our top list now.
Okay.
shout out to the ladies. We're going to do, what do you want to do? The female.
So we're going to do female. We called it female artist.
Yeah.
So originally we were going to do top 5, just female artists between our favorite musicians and actresses. But we said, well, it's kind of hard to do. Like, should we just pick music or should we pick actresses, blah, blah, blah. So we said, you know what? This top 5 is going to top 6.
Yeah. We're going to do 3 and 3.
We're going to do 3 and 3. So we're going to pick our top 3 favorite female musicians and our top 3 favorite actresses.
Yep.
Basically is what we're going to do. Of our time, like I said, prefaced it before.
Yep.
And how we're going to change things up now is who goes first.
You used to always go back and forth, and then we lost track of back and forth. And
because apparently last episode my wife yelled at me like, Steve was supposed to go first, and I went first. So now we're going to change it to who wins the poll on Facebook, because I figured out how to do a poll on Facebook.
Finally figured it out.
And Steve beat me.
Yeah,
I think 34 to 24 or something like that. I don't know. It was in 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't from last week's episode. It was from episode 3 when we did the top 90s comedies. So there's probably going to be a little step back from the polls. We're
going to make sure everybody gets time to listen to it before we put the polls up, so we don't ruin the top 5, or now it's the top 6, but it's normally going to be top 5. So we don't ruin that.
So I won the 90s comedies because Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler are heavy.
Yeah, it was good feedback too, because I think everybody's like, there's 1 or 2 on this one that I like the most, and there's 1 or 2 on this one I like the most, basically. Or there was just one they didn't like and they liked better. And
there was one big hot take, and I got to say, Seamus, I don't agree with you. He said any list with Cable Guy on it automatically loses. Cable Guy was a great movie. And I think I even was commenting on it.
Came at you a little bit with that.
Yeah. Came in too hot. It was really hot.
Well, I mean, it's words and it sounds hot, but it probably wasn't that hot.
I feel bad for you, if anything, Seamus, that you can't enjoy a great movie like that.
To be honest, Seamus, it was not on my list, and I thought it was mediocre too. But let's go.
Fuck off. You're no longer my friend. Seamus, you're no longer my cousin. I hate you both. No, I'm just kidding.
But let's get to the women.
So I get to go first.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. You want to do musicians first?
Sure.
All right. Well,
absolutely.
My first pick for musicians is going to be Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Not on my list, so
she's huge.
I know. I knew that was going to be your number 1, so I didn't put her on my list.
I saw her live in concert, dude. The show was amazing. The stage move. She even they dropped these things from the ceiling that she walked out on, and then she was right over the crowd and everything. It was awesome. She did a Super Bowl halftime where she's just jumping down from things on cables. So she was an acrobat too.
Right.
She's got giant hits.
I mean, it's Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah.
There's not anybody alive right now that probably doesn't know who. I mean, it's probably 1% of the population doesn't know who Lady Gaga is.
Yeah.
She's just massively huge. She did the whole meat suit thing one time, right? As a protest.
Well, I think she started out as a DJ and then became a singer. So she she started from the bottom. Now she's here type shit, Yeah,
she's got a beautiful voice. She can do kind of anything. Mm-hmm. Very, very solid first pick.
Yeah,
I think you're going to win a lot of women over with that one. So
yeah,
that's a good pick.
I know she's one of my wife's favorites. That's why we went and saw her.
Yeah,
that was an awesome concert too. And maybe I'll post that picture up now. Where that was whenever I shaved, my head was shaved. And I shaved my beard, and I looked like I was so fat, and I looked like Varys from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You look like 100% like Varys from Game of Thrones.
Whispers from my little birds. So I look like an idiot.
That'll eventually come up with shows to binge watch if we do that one. Yeah. Game of Thrones, 100%.
Yeah.
Who gets it first? I don't know.
Yeah. So I went to a Lady Gaga concert looking like a fat eunuch. So that was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, Lady Gaga number 1 for me.
Okay. And actually, since this is a top 6, we don't need to do I get 2 because we can just go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Okay.
Because normally 5, obviously somebody's got to go out of
put
turn.
A little buffer. So. Well, hey, we'll let you go first on the actresses then too.
Okay.
How's that sound?
So my number 1 musical artist This was the first CD I ever owned.
First
I
CD
technically, well, not owned, technically bought.
Yeah.
First CD I ever owned was Everclear.
Yeah. But it's like somebody gave it to you.
Yeah, it was given to me by my stepsister when I bought my first CD player. Preface how old we are. But the first one I ever bought, Jagged Little Pill, Alanis
Morissette. Fuck, I almost forgot. I forgot about her. She's not on my list, but I love Alanis Morissette.
Oh, I mean, you talk in our era, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, like all those hits that she threw out on one CD.
Yeah.
And let alone what she got into later on. But like that CD was the CD for me. Like,
yeah,
you know, I had that in my 3-disc pyramid CD
your changer
that I bought with my birthday money. I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
Then I remember going to the mall with my brothers to what was the store called? The old CD store back in the day.
Well, it was FYE before it closed, but before it was FYE, it wasn't Sam Goody, but it was there at Newtown Mall. Yeah, I know.
But anyways, they had, you know, it was all, they had all the CDs laid out and some. I don't think DVDs were much of a thing back then. There was still VHS in there. Right. I don't know. Maybe DVDs were just coming along. So my brothers I was between that and Big Willie Style, I'm pretty sure. Or something like that. Right. And I bought, they're like, no, you should get Alanis Morissette. So I bought Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
So my brothers even wanted me to buy it. So if they ever say like, oh, no, yeah, they loved it too. So
yeah, everybody loved it.
Oh man, just for its era, time, like perfect. It was a little.
And that video was all over MTV.
It was a little grungy, but like, but good.
I got a great memory about that, about just Alanis. That what was ironic. I don't know if that's the name of the song, but isn't it ironic?
100%.
So, because I changed school districts a lot as a kid. Whenever I was at Welty Middle School as a 6th grader, I was a new kid in class. I was always chubby, so I got made fun of a lot because I'm a new kid and fat. And I remember we went on a school field trip. I think it was like the one outdoor center thing. I forget what it's called. But we were on the bus.
The IX Center? The IX Center? Or?
No, it's I think it's like Norma Johnson something.
Oh, yeah, Norma Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just outside and we, like, here's worms and that's a bug. And, you know, we're learning about outdoorsy stuff. But on the bus ride there, all the kids were singing that song. And nobody got, like, I don't know if that's the bridge or the breakdown where she starts singing really fast. But I knew that fucking part, right? So everybody's like, Mr. Play It Safe was afraid. You know, everybody's singing along, and then all of a sudden they get to that part, and like everybody shuts up. I'm like, and life is a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's okay and everything's going right. And everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, bro, I got this shit.
I got it down.
Yeah, you guys think you know this song, but I fucking know this song. So then I became the cool kid. Well, kind of cool at least. They stopped making fun of me. Like, okay, this guy's all right. He knows the lyrics to this song.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette brought you up in life.
Yeah. I got my comeuppance. So yeah, that was awesome. Great memories to that. That was a great CD.
Yeah, I think she's just was amazing artist, especially back then, and you know she still I think she continued to do some other good things too. But that's got to be my number one.
And did you know? The one song where it's Cross-Eyed Bear that you gave to me, you ought to know.
Yeah.
Do you know that's about Jason Segel?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Like I'll Google it for you if you want, but like check it out. I'm pretty sure that song is about Jason Segel because he fucked her over.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, Steve, what's your number 2?
Let's go with. I mean, I have to go with Kesha. I fucking love Kesha.
I needed Kesha.
I love her.
I knew my top 3 was pretty secure over here.
Her first album, her breakout album was great. You know, you wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Right?
Like, what else do you need to know? Brush your teeth with Jack Daniels. Like, that album, she was a little more of like kind of party slutty, and it was fun. And then it came out too, which sucks for her that she was like a victim of, suck my dick and I'll produce your record. when she came out about it and she got kind of like cast aside and she wasn't allowed to make music and shit because of her contracts, because she was still contractually obligated to those people and stuff, and they didn't want to produce any of her shit. So finally she broke the bonds of that. Now she's back out again. I don't know who she's through unless she's like doing her own stuff, but power to Kesha. She's awesome. That first CD was awesome, and I jammed that a lot. So
yeah. I mean, I know all the hits.
Yeah,
for sure. I think everybody does for the most part, but yeah.
She's dope.
Solid number 2 pick.
Got some good club
I don't have a
mixes.
lot to add to that, unfortunately.
A lot of good stuff to boogie to.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she definitely made it.
Yep.
But that's unfortunate that you hear that stuff. But
and that's why we're celebrating women, because they go through a lot of bullshit just to make it.
Okay. So I'm on my number 2.
Yep. What you got?
Oh man. I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Whitney Houston.
Whitney fucking Houston. She's on my list.
Oh. I mean, that song alone.
Yeah.
I mean, most powerful, beautiful song. Had on a wedding, everywhere. I mean, she's greatest. One of the greats.
Voice. Yeah, amazing voice. Never got a chance to see her live, but it'd be dope. But
just bellows it out there. Just bellows it out.
She was even on one of my favorite movies, The Bodyguard, with her and Kevin Costner.
Well, so she dipped in that. A little actressing too.
Yeah.
But just a phenomenal woman, paved the way for a lot of other African American females. She is amazing. Whitney has been in so many songs.
Yeah. A couple movies here and there. Yeah.
Yeah. She had a little drama here and there, but other than that, I mean, she's just amazing.
Right.
It's Whitney all day.
Yeah, she was definitely on my list. I'm going to have to cross her off now.
Yeah, you talk about iconic female singers. Whitney's one of them.
Yep.
And like I said, we're doing our time. We can go back way in the past and talk about other African American females, but she was
the icon of our time.
Yeah,
for
100%.
Sure. Yeah.
100%. There's a couple other ones too, but to me, Whitney was a trailblazer of her time.
Yep. She was dope. Love me some Whitney.
Yeah, great artist. And the song I sung, I can't ever get it in my head. I can sing that song all day.
Now I'm stuck on I will always love you.
Yeah, exactly. I got that written down too.
Sorry if we're botching these songs for you.
It's Whitney.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing artist.
Huge voice too. How do you even get that power? And she's not she's not a big woman. Where does that come? How big are her lungs then to get that much force to bellow out like music like that? That's the voice like that. It's insane.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome lady. And I could not. I mean, that was almost my number 1.
Yeah.
But because I have that Alanis Morissette, that's my first CD I bought. I had. I was like, throw Alanis out.
That one is rang a little more true.
A little afraid he'd steal Whitney from me, but
she was going to be my next.
Okay.
But instead, I got a heavy hitter here.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Okay.
The Queen Bee.
Yeah. I got her down towards bottom of my list, but she's there.
Huge in Destiny's Child. I had a crush on her since Destiny's Child.
Right.
And then she went solo and hits on hits.
Oh yeah.
You could spend probably a week listening to her top tracks, and then you're going to deep dive into the B-side, like everything else that wasn't on the radio.
Right.
That's how huge she was as an artist. And then she marries Jay-Z, and then they they start their empire. They're just superstar, abnormally huge superstar. You couldn't even imagine what her life's like just as in her stardom. It's nuts.
100%. I mean, Beyonce's been in everything. She's been an actress too.
Yeah.
She's been everywhere, and
Shout out to one of my '90s picks. She was in Austin Powers flick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Foxy Cleopatra.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal singer.
Gorgeous.
She does a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just awesome. So yeah, solid pick there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think these all been solid picks. I don't think you pick wrong, really. But
Right. This will probably be a hard one for people to vote on too.
oh yeah, yeah.
Vote when we put this one up. This one's going to be a close race.
It'll be tough.
I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to. It'll be super close.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what I got next.
What you got next?
All right. So far I got Lannis and Whitney.
Lannis Whitney.
My next one's got to be Mariah Carey.
Oh God, yes.
All I Want for Christmas Is You. But
Right.
you talk about Christmas time. What I want to hear,
Yep.
Mariah Carey on repeat.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
Right.
Mariah Carey has had some bangers after bangers after bangers.
When she first came out, like that's whenever we lived down in Florida, and that's when we still bought cassette singles instead of getting the full album, because I was like, oh, I got $3, I can buy a single instead of $20 for the full cassette. But Honey, and it's just
I was gonna say,
like honey, and she's like diving into the swimming pool and shit. Oh my God, that's a great video. She's a great singer.
yeah, she's totally phenomenal. Like, just has banger after banger, like I said. And I mean, just a strong female like that.
And she's so iconic that you think of her when you think of Christmas now too.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
You got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is coming to town. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
You can't flip a radio station and not hear it.
Right.
So.
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, that has to be my third pick. So Mariah Carey's my third pick. Steve, what do you got?
Well, we got our three.
Oh, you got your three.
We've got our three artists down. Or our musicians. Our three musicians down.
So now we're going to go to actresses.
Yes. Now,
I know you said I go first, but I think you go first because you won the poll. So you go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I'll take the honors. Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I got to scratch that one out.
Yep. She's amazing.
Well, I mean, you go back to Friends.
Yep.
And then her career after in movies has been phenomenal.
And she's still putting out films. Like she was just with Adam Sandler and I forget what that one's called, but they were like, he was a cop and they get a murder mystery, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
That one was a Netflix one. That one's good. But yeah, Friends, awesome.
Yeah, so she's always been kind of in a comedic role. Mm-hmm. Which I feel like we tend to draw to anyway. So like most of our actors might be more to comedic roles. But yeah, she can fill the part easily. She's a beautiful woman.
And I loved Friends. Friends was a great show.
Oh, yeah. And Friends, I mean, everybody still rewatches Friends over and over and over again. And her character is so great in that.
Yeah.
You know, all the ups and downs.
And somehow she's still like 50, 55 years old and still looks like she was when she first came out. Like, I want to figure out where her fountain of youth is because she hasn't aged at all. I don't understand it.
I think everybody can agree on that. I mean, she still looks like the same.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't changed that much at all.
Yep. Jennifer Aniston, my number one actress pick.
Okay. Mine's going to be a little out there for my first actress pick. Not out there, I shouldn't say that, but
what you got?
It's going to be a little different. Helena Carter. So, Helena Carter.
I'm going to have to Google her because
okay. Actress in Fight Club.
Helena Bonham Carter. Okay.
Yeah.
It's for some reason when you cut out that middle name, I don't recognize it. But when you say Helena Bonham Carter, then
I love her in movies. Yeah. So Harry Potter, of course. She plays. Google that who she plays in there. It's I'm trying to remember the last name. You know, it's that big last name. Fight Club. She's been in Sweeney Todd. I mean,
and I'm not even a huge musical fan, but I liked.
She plays different voice characters. She is always a little bit crazy in everything she does. You know what I mean? like she has that look that I think they put her in the crazy stuff.
Bellatrix Lestrange was her character
Lestrange, yeah, Lestrange is what I was looking for. She always has that little bit of crazy to her, that look in her eye and stuff. But man, is she an amazing actress. Yeah. I think she's just...
I loved her in Fight Club.
So good.
I loved her in Fight Club.
So, yeah, Fight Club, like, everything she does has been... Alice in Wonderland was another one that she was in, the newer Alice in Wonderland she was in.
She's got range, I think she's Queen of Hearts
in that. Yeah. Oh, man. And she's always just a little bit crazy in everything she does.
Yeah.
But funny.
Yeah.
Also funny, but also like, yeah, I don't want to get stabbed by you.
She's a little dark.
It's just, I think that dark hair, that dark look to her that she's always portrayed, and that's always been her thing.
Right.
But man, is she a good actress.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what you throw her in. I think she would be good. She could do about anything. I just think she's an awesome actress, so I had to put her at the top of my list. I know
Tim Burton loves her because
oh yeah, he's in everything. She's in everything.
Here's a Tim Burton film with Helena Carter and Johnny Depp.
But if you break down to like her actual like acting, like it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
and that's what I really appreciate about her is like when she's in a movie, she is like 100% that character, and she does just a banger job at it. So
hell yeah,
yeah, that had to be number one actress.
That is a very good number one. Let's go for my number two. Let me write down your number one here too. My number two,
or your number two, yeah, sorry,
is going to be Julia Roberts.
Oh yeah, solid pick. I actually believe, yeah, I do have that on here. Can we cross that out?
She's amazing. I'm gonna have to Google this because I can't remember it's where she became the lawyer and they were doing the lawsuit shit.
Right.
She was in Ocean's 11. She was awesome. She's got like an intoxicating smile.
Yeah.
She's got nice, gorgeous teeth. Like her smile is amazing. Her acting's amazing. But yeah, I liked her. Let's go to IMDb here. I know the name of it. I just can't think of it right now.
I mean, she's been in so
much.
So.
Erin Brockovich was a great movie.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's an iconic one for all ladies.
Yeah.
You look back at Pretty Woman and
I love that scene where she's like, "Oh, you work off commission, right?" Big mistake.
Yeah.
Huge.
There's nothing she's not good in. She's been in action movies. She's been in, Saving, or what'd you just say? Which one did you say?
Erin Brockovich.
Erin Brockovich. Yeah.
Yep.
She won awards for that. I mean,
yeah.
She's very high up there as one of the probably
Eat, Pray,
best
Love.
actresses of our time.
Yep. Yeah, she's dope. And then in the Oceans, as Tess, she was in all the Oceans.
Yeah, I loved her in the Oceans. There's not much that she's not good in.
She's the whole reason that Danny Ocean was knocking off a casino,
Right.
Because he left her, or no, she left him, and she married that guy that owned it. So that's the whole reason, because he wanted to get her back. So
yep, 100%. So yeah, very solid pick. She's in so many movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just in a lot of movies, and she's a top tier.
Yep.
So yeah, and she's good at what she does, comedy or action or whatever it might be, a little mix of both. So
yep. All right. Well, yeah. So we had to cut because apparently smoking cigars in the basement is not a good idea.
Yeah, we just said smoke alarm off.
There was too much smoke. The smoke alarm went off. Yeah, and it's one of those smart bitches. So she yelled at us, "There's smoke in the basement."
Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't go off again here, but
I'm waiting to get a call from my wife because she's like, "Why?" Because
she should probably know. We're smoking cigars in the basement.
It sent her alert to her phone, so she's probably like, "What the fuck is going on?" But yeah, so excuse me. Let's get into your number 2 pick for actresses.
So I'm gonna go Kristen Wiig.
Ooh, she's hilarious.
Huge on SNL.
Yep.
I mean, she does so many characters on SNL.
Yep.
I think she's hilarious. I don't know what it is. Like her face and like just what she does is just,
and she's
she's bubbly, a little bubbly, but it's like she can also do like the people, presidents, vice presidents. Like she's done a lot of different stuff. Like
because she played Hillary a lot.
Yeah.
On SNL, she did Hillary a lot.
And then in Bridesmaids
was
hilarious. And she's been in quite a few other movies.
Yeah.
Mainly, she's just a comedy
genius.
Awesome. Yeah. It's awesome. Like so
kind of even just looking at her, she's funny.
Yeah, exactly. She's just kind of like one of those people that just has it. She just has it. So
she's done voice acting in a lot of different cartoon movies and stuff too. I remember like one of her characters on SNL, she had like the tiny hands. She's like popping bubbles. It's so funny.
It was hilarious. I mean, every time I think I see her on SNL or like whatever, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah,
she's just a funny person. So.
Yeah,
that's gotta be my number 2.
She's amazing. She's amazeballs.
What are you gonna finish it out with on your number 3? Well, not finish this out, but what's your number 3?
You see, this is hard because I put a list together of now I've got 7 different female actresses because you got to get a couple extras in case you pick mine. Let's go with Betty White.
I did not put that one.
Yeah,
but I thought about that one being almost like my number 1.
Yeah,
in a way, because Betty White's so iconic from Golden Girls, right?
Yep.
So iconic from Golden Girls for our early years.
Yeah.
But then it's Betty White. It's Betty freaking White, man.
And she was huge for me growing up because my grandma loved Golden Girls.
Right.
And my grandma watched us a lot as kids. And so I got to see a lot of Golden Girls. And she made like a resurgence a couple years ago. Like she was doing cameos and stuff. And she was funny. And it's like she's got the test of time, Yeah. It's like God created Earth, and Betty White was already there.
It's Betty friggin' White, man.
And then you look like back when she was younger, she was fucking gorgeous. Too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think there was even an article where she had some show she was on. She had an African American gentleman on the show, and the producers wanted to shut it down. They're like, no, and she's like, no, this is my show. We're doing this. So she kind of helped break like the color barrier, and then she was just an amazing woman.
Yeah.
And we're gonna lose a prize whenever she finally gets old enough to die, I guess. I don't know. Or
if she ever does.
Yeah, right. She's iconic. She's everywhere.
How old is she now?
Let's Google it.
Yeah, look that up real quick because I want to know how old Betty White is. I think she's got to be like 86, 87.
Born in 1922.
Wow.
So do the math if you can. Or maybe I can just Google search Betty White age and it'll tell me. 99.
99
years old.
And she's still doing appearances.
Yeah.
Like
holy shit.
Day. So,
yeah.
Wow.
She's been around forever. She's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a little bit of a shady pick. I'm like,
what do you mean shady pick?
That could win some polls right there. Mm-hmm. All right, so I got to go to my number 3.
What do you got for number 3?
Man, I got those 2. So now I'm gonna go to Cameron Diaz.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially in our time, Cameron Diaz. How many comedy issues in? Something About Mary.
Something About Mary is huge.
Hilarious.
Great movie. I had a huge crush on her whenever that went because I was younger.
Yeah, I mean, and just she was hilarious in that. I mean, she plays in so many different roles.
Yeah,
she's done a lot of different movies back in our time.
Yeah,
I don't know if she does so much anymore. I can't think of anything she's done recently.
Not a lot of recent stuff, but
back in our time, she was everywhere.
Well, why not hustle and then sit around and do nothing?
Yeah, exactly. She
was in the Charlie's Angels reboots too.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't know if they were going for kind of cheesy, but they were kind of cheesy, but they were still awesome.
Yeah. Like they had action cheesy.
They had that action, but like the cheesy action flick kind of feel to it, but it was amazing.
Well, it's going off like the old TV show, right?
Yeah.
So like you kind of have a little bit cheesy feel to it, but you want to make it feel like the old days action show. But she's The Mask.
Oh my God, yes.
The Mask, you know,
Because I love The Mask. I watched that movie probably 100 times
girlfriend.
Over. She's gorgeous in The Mask, and
yeah.
yeah.
She did a lot of work with Jim Carrey.
Yep.
I think, right? Well, she was in Liar. Was she in Liar? No, she wasn't in Liar. No. But anyways, just her overall. I think she's just a good actress.
Yeah. Oh my God! And Sex Tape with we just talked about him. Alanis Morissette's guy, that Jason Segel. She was that one was pretty funny. But yeah, Bad Teacher. She was hilarious in Bad Teacher.
Yeah,
that was a good flick. Like, yeah, Cameron Diaz. That's a heavy hitter.
So I basically picked two very comedy heavy hitters. Sorry, and then Helena Carter, who I think is just a phenomenal actress too, that plays a lot of different roles.
Yep. Still
comedic in a way, but then also very like crazy roles she played in. So that's got to be my top three.
Top three.
So
that's a good one. I mean, this is probably going to be a hard one for people to vote on.
Yeah, I think it'll be tough.
I mean, obviously mine's better, but
sure. I mean, you know.
I'm going to get tired of going first all the time because my lists are so good.
Okay, that's fine. We'll see. We're going to post up the last week's episode poll. We'll see how that goes, and then
vote on our top sides.
Yep, and we'll figure out from there. But so I think you want to kind of end this out with a shot.
Yeah. So we'd always try liquors when we tried the beers.
Yep.
But we figured, hey, let's split up the booze a little bit. We always end with a shot anyway.
Right.
So let's end on a shot with Sailor Jerry.
So we do have some experience with Sailor Jerry rum. Yeah. We're not going to lie.
We're not coming in this one blind. Yeah.
It's a 92 proof
92. Rum. Yep. Spiced.
But it's damn good.
Yeah. So if you love Captain Morgan.
Yep.
But you wish it was just more than 74 proof or whatever because it's
I think it's 80. Or is it?
No, it's a lightweight.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's a lightweight. It's like 70 something. I think it's 72 or 74. Don't quote me on either of those, but I know it's a 70. But if you enjoy a good spiced rum, but you wish it hit a little harder, Sailor Jerry's where it's at.
It's the way to go.
And the dude was a tattoo artist. He was obviously a sailor, and then he became a tattoo artist. Like he's responsible for like kind of the Flash sailor, like what are the American tattoo kind of genre of tattoos, if you want to call it that style, not genre, but that style of art.
It's definitely homage to him. And on the back of the bottle, there's always like if you look through it, there's a tattoo on the back.
Yeah,
like, it's pretty neat.
He's even got like the cool swallows, like which I got a tattoo similar to. You know, like,
yeah. It's unique. It's different. If you like spiced rum and you've never tried it, definitely give it a try.
Get you some Sailor Jerry. So
what do you think, Steve? Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
I'm glad you didn't mess it up.
I had an amazing time. I had a damn good time. We hope you guys had a damn good time too. Like and subscribe, all that shit. Please comment. We love listener feedback. Comment as much as you can. If you think like, they don't want to hear from me. Yeah, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Tell us what to do better. Tell us what you want to hear.
Put good, bad, ugly. We don't care.
Yeah.
So
we don't give a fuck.
It's beautiful.
Cheers.
All right, brother.
Love you, boo.
Love you guys.